Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. Well, that was a tough one to take. Very disappointing, very depressing. But I mean, any channel can do expletives, you can F this, F that and swear all you want. It's absolutely fine. But we're going to do deep analysis as to why we lost that, why we're completely out of form, what can be done to rectify it, and one or two positives, but many negatives in that match. Let's get into it. So let's look at the game holistically, right? It finished 1-0 to Crystal Palace at home at Anfield. Yes, indeed. But it could have finished 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3. It could have finished anything to anyone. It could have been Palace or Liverpool. Fortunately for Palace, they turned up on the right side of the scoreline there. But let's look at the chances, for example. They sliced through us like hot knife through butter, 1-0. Van Dijk slips, okay? Where did we hear that before? The slip. They were right in again. We were saved. Barely by Andrew Robertson, goal line clearance. Endo on the turn, scrappy, left-footed, hit the bar, bounced out again. Curtis Jones through, held as a defender, 1v1, not clinical at all. Nunes, ball bounces in the box, he hits it right flush in the air on the half volley, power, no accuracy, hits the goalkeeper, bounces out. The ball from Jota is missed, Salah runs onto it, Mitchell covers him, he tries to place it in the left-hand side, Mitchell clears it off again. There's another occasion. Robertson cross from the left, Lucho Diaz flying aerial acrobatics, saved by Henderson in the goal. Another occasion, Szoboszlai squares it to Jota. He had anywhere to aim for in the goal. A bit of freshness, a bit of composure, slots it in. No, hits it straight, hits the defender, bounces out again. Mateta on to their ball, right in front of Alisson, smashes it, hits Alisson's outstretched arm. Out it goes. On any given occasion, forgetting Liverpool's form, forgetting Crystal Palace, forgetting Anfield, any one of those chances really should have been buried, which shows that we are not clinical this season. People are lacking composure, they're nervous, they're rushing it, they're frantic, they haven't got that extra bit of composure or placed finishing. Hold R2, press square, Pro Evolution Soccer, just place it in, just guide it in, just loft it in. No, they're trying to get the ball in by hook or by crook and it's just not working. It's unfortunate because at any given game, all of those chances could have gone in and we would have had a high scoring game, but no, it ended 1-0. And probably deservedly so, because Crystal Palace came to play. They were outstanding, absolutely amazing. And I want to call out certain things here that I thought actually Crystal Palace did better than Liverpool. Now, if you compare Michael Olise with Mo Salah, right, obviously you're saying Mo Salah, world-class player, up-and-coming Michael Olise, very talented. Man United want him. Liverpool should probably look at him as well. Very interesting playmaking wide winger. But the thing that I saw with Olise against Salah, right, when the ball goes to Salah, he's stuck in a 50-50 every single time, had to battle his way through the ball. He couldn't control it. He couldn't take the man on. He never goes around the outside. He always tries to cut in and he's very one-footed. Olise actually tried to go around the outside, tried to go inside, went through players, had a composure and control that actually showed that when the ball went out there, he was a danger man. It seems as though every time the ball went to Mo Salah, he's not going to take anyone on. He's not going to beat anyone for pace and he can't do them with skill. He's caught in that scrappy tussle, that street balling thing. Has he lost a yard of pace? Has he lost the sharpness? Has he lost the instinct? I just didn't see any threat when the ball went out to Salah. And that's very odd to see. He's been bang out of form ever since he came back from injury. However, even before then, right, he hasn't been that dynamic, instinctive winger shooting and scoring beforehand. It's a lot of penalty goals, a lot of easy goals, a lot of scrappy goals, right? He needs a lot of chances to score. We know that from Salah already, but it's really causing our attack to break down on our right hand side. Elliott is looking much more effective and that's one of the highlights, right? Elliott is a player that just, you can tell he wants it so bad. He's trying to make things happen. He's trying to follow the instructions from Klopp, cutting it inside, dinking it to the back post, picking someone up on the other channel, picking someone up on the penalty spot, sliding someone through. He's probing. He's always an option, always available. But the most important thing is he looks under control when he's got the ball. Salah does not look completely convincing when he gets the ball on that right wing space, and that's very worrying considering he is one of our main players. Well, he's been our main player for this team for many a season. But this particular season, we need him in this final run to hit form. But it's not just hitting form. He just doesn't look like he has the attributes right now to really cut through the opposition and really make the difference. Off the ball running, sure, but we create many chances anyway. If another talented player was in that right wing slot with the amount of chances we create, you might balance it up against the fact that his off the ball running is one of his best skills. But he's not looking like that top 1% of player that we really need in the most important moments, in these crucial moments when your biggest players step up and convert that one opportunity to get you those vital 3 points. Is it confidence, is it form, or is it age, lack of ability? Worrying at the moment. And this midfield has held us together for the most pivotal moments of this season, right? The Endo McAllister double pivot, well balanced, winning the ball, intelligent shadow, McAllister progressing us, probing, making things happen, getting his foot on the ball, the vision, the creativity, saving us as well. They're exhausted, they've been run to the ground, they are shattered. And how many times, right? They tried to do the right thing, get the body in the way, win the ball, tackle. And Palace played right through us. They penetrated right through the middle. That does not happen this season, and it's happening right now, which is super worrying because we are usually super secure in the middle. The fact that we have this free tight, right? Szoboszlai, McAllister and Endo forming that trident in the middle, nothing gets through. The first tackle lunging in, they bypass with a turn, with a skill, or even just a ball through the legs. They run straight past as if we're not there, right? That is super worrying, because one of the things that Endo is particularly great at is no one shall pass the ball or the man, and they bypassed him again and again. McAllister, that dog, that really ruggedness, right? He's really got his foot in. They bypass him as if he wasn't there. Szoboszlai, tracked back, energy, hustle and bustle, but he couldn't put the tackle in either. They were really ripping us to shreds, and the patterns of play from Crystal Palace were super exciting every time they combined together, right? It seems that, especially for the first goal, where was Konate? He's chasing shadows, marking shadows. And literally, Conor Bradley, really man for man, putting his body in a way, holding the ball up as well. Conor Bradley was a highlight. He's trying his best to make something happen. He's a youngster, right? He's a youngster. What about the rest of the players? Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones picked for this particular matchup. He can hold the ball. He can progress the ball. Sometimes, a few occasions, he drove around the outside. Had a bit of skill to make something happen around the outside. But so many times, he slowed down the play. Old habits die fast. And when Jones got the ball, our tempo slowed to a crawl because he was looking for the opportunity, but he never takes the risk. He never plays the ball through the lines. It was always McAllister trying to probe, Endo tried to probe, and even when Endo and McAllister did it, not all the balls hit the targets or cut through the lines. There wasn't that incisiveness, and they were intercepted. But Jones didn't even attempt to play the ball, and so many times we wasted minutes because the ball was whipped out to Jones. He had no concept of shifting the ball straight away. Took a touch, got under control, probed, vision, and back we went. Back we went again and again and again. And in these type of matchups, you need the players to be brave, right? Okay, sure, McAllister and Endo tried to turn and be brave and lost the ball, but you need that to break the press, otherwise you're not getting through. The biggest problem with Liverpool in the last few weeks is our patterns of play are so predictable, right? Salah will never go around the outside, he'll always cut inside. Harvey Elliott, for his endeavour, cuts inside to cross with his left foot. Lucho Diaz will try to stand a man up. He will try to go around the outside, but he doesn't get much success on the outside. So when he cuts in, he's more effective on that occasion. Darwin Núñez will run, he'll body the defender, he'll cause chaos as much as he wants. However, you know for a fact that when he gets the ball, his decision making isn't quite on point at the moment. He's not a mature striker. He plays on instinct and he doesn't really know how to connect the play in that regard. He's a physical specimen with speed and power without the clinical finishing. So he's basically an athlete football like Mateta. Mateta on the other side. The only difference is Mateta connected with Olise, with Eze, much cleaner than Núñez, connected with Lucho Diaz and Mo Salah. So in that regard, we're really predictable in the build-up of play. Van Dijk to Konate, Konate to Bradley, Van Dijk to Konate, Konate to Van Dijk to Robertson. Robertson progress. If there's a cross on, no. Play it to middle player who can try to get Robertson into the left half space to cross the ball across, right? Cover the first man, win the second ball. Palace know exactly what to do because we are so predictable. We're so predictable in our build-up and play. And it's completely fine when the quality is there, the speed is there, the freshness and energy is there, that even if you have that predictable style of play and passage of play, they can't stop it. But they obviously stopped it. And where is our plan B? Where is our alternative option? Where's our ability to mix it up and give it a go? Now, to be fair, one major positive is that Anfield crowd was singing non-stop. They were so loud. They were encouraging the team. LA. They're really on form yesterday, the Anfield crowd, and big credit to them. They gave it their all to try to get us back in the game. Van Dijk, everyone was lifted by this crowd to go forward. But in fairness, we should have been 2-0 down, which would have made it even harder with that Van Dijk slip. Robertson was one of our highlights as well. Never gave up. Tried to take it by the scruff of the neck. Drive down the line. Drive with dribbling. Drive with incision. Go around the back. Join inside. Call for the ball. Play the ball quickly. Robertson was almost doing Curtis Jones' role for him in that position. Curtis Jones just has not been at it. Obviously, he's been out injured for a while. Similarly, Diogo Jota, right? People have been banking on Jota's coming back, his finishing's coming back. Still, you saw that we create that amount of chances, we create that amount of openings, and we still cannot put the ball in the back of the net. Now, it's a mixture of luck, it's a mixture of lack of composure, but additionally, the way that Klopp plays, we do not score the simple goals as often as maybe perhaps other teams. We can't slice through the teams. We rely on holding those balls and probing until the right opportunity, the right trigger point to release the ball and off you go and attack. So we play in moments. We don't play a consistent ball, progress through the midfield, let's attack. No, we transition it along the back until there's a ball into midfield, back again until there's a ball over the top or into the midfield to play it quickly, right? It is Klopp's style of play. You can't criticize it too much. Is his tactics right or is his tactics wrong? Well, his tactics have been successful in the past few seasons, right? However, on these crucial moments, he does not seem to have the ability to mix up or change up and substitute the right player. Now, this is a big gripe I have lately, right? It's obvious that Klopp has his favourite players because he said it himself. McAllister is one of his favourite players. However, Jones needed to come off sooner. McAllister and Endo were absolutely shattered. Gravenberch is not on form. Szoboszlai came on relatively early. Diogo Jota, right? Maybe he could have played longer because he still tried to cause havoc and ran into the right places, and chances were created just for his existence on the pitch. Gakpo was absolutely a breath of fresh air. My boy Gakpo, I told you not to jump on his back too hard. Left wing is his position. In fact, he looked more effective than Lucho Diaz in terms of creating goal-scoring opportunities and moments because he went around the outside. He dared to go around the outside. He drilled it across with his left foot. Outside the foot, cross to Jones, played him in, cutting inside, causing havoc, delivering a right foot in, swinging it into the box. Physical prowess, beating the press with a run, physicality, driving through them, off the ball, incisive running. Gakpo looked like a player reborn. He was fantastic. Gakpo and Robertson on the left hand side gives us some hope that we can create something against Atalanta, but apart from that, the right hand side just failed. Now Trent constantly shuffling in into the midfield, right? Sometimes he plays the Hollywood balls and they connect, but they didn't create an opportunity out of that. Additionally, he tried to play the ball through the lines. He demanded the ball, but so many times the ball rebounded off a player or didn't meet its intended target, and then once again you're questioning, why is he in the middle? Why is he in the middle in a congested area? He really did not get the best playmaking out of Trent. He almost played as a right-sided centre-back. Van Dijk, Konate to Trent. Van Dijk to Konate to Trent. And it's Konate the one that had the ball on many on occasion, playmaking and trying to playmake. He tried to chip the ball over the top. World Cup final, he tried a similar one. That ball was much better. This time it just kept rolling out of play, going out wide. Dead ends, nowhere to go. We needed someone on the whip to deliver from deep. Why was Trent not right wing back, right half space, whipping the ball in? Because without Trent in that position, we lack width. Elliott cut inside. Salah cut inside. Trent was the only one on that side who could ping a ball from the right hand side, similar to what Robertson was doing on the left hand side, and we did not put Trent there. He kept transitioning into the middle. Utterly confusing. Very bizarre, considering they congested the midfield and they absolutely won the midfield battle in the middle, right, cutting through us. How many times did they play through our press, right, through the McAllister, through the Endo, both of which did not have a great game, through Curtis Jones, through Szoboszlai, right, and straight away attacking our right hand side. Konate and Bradley did not have the best of games. Konate and Trent also did not have the better games, defensively and offensively, and it's just really frustrating to see that Klopp keeps certain players on when they're very ineffectual. Mo Salah was completely ineffectual. Curtis Jones should have been taken off earlier. Darwin Núñez running into dead ends, dead channels, maybe Jota coming on for Núñez sooner, and Cody Gakpo coming on for Lucho Diaz sooner, and Harvey Elliott coming on for Mo Salah sooner would have given them more time to have an influence on the play, because their existence, Gakpo, Jota and Elliott, actually made us look more threatening than Lucho Diaz, Salah and Núñez. Because that front three just does not seem to click, does not seem to work, and they do not have the same chemistry as our front three of old, Firmino, Mane and Salah. But obviously Firmino, right, what a player, what a top player. Yeah, you can't replicate that. However, when Salah was away and he was injured, we actually looked more fluid and we looked to connect the play a bit more. Really, our right winger got more involved in the play, because just somehow the ball dies when it's with Salah on the right wing, and that's such a shame to say. And I will do a separate video on whether Salah should be sold or retained this summer, depending on which manager comes in and what the club are trying to do. But it's really sad to see that he's ineffectual. That's the best word to say it. And it almost looks as though he's convinced he's trying to get the metrics and goal metrics up for himself, as opposed to simple playing as a team, and almost at time creating situations where you can walk the ball in the net. Now you can hear my voice. It actually pains me to make this video, right? Because usually I'm a beacon of positivity, but we got to do substance in abundance, and this is the reality of the situation, right? It's basically a shame that Bradley is out injured, because he's been an absolute bright spark on a season covering for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but we still have cover there now have Trent and Gomez, which is bizarre to say, right, covering for Bradley, because Bradley probably is cemented as first place right back at the moment, because Trent has his awkward transitioning into midfield, which is been completely worked out, to be honest. However, with Bradley injured, obviously Trent comes back in, another attacking dimension, and Gomez has the option as well, rested for this particular game. But that's something that's been really, really awkward. Van Dijk and Konate, no matter how good they are, that defence has been shaky. Why do we concede such sloppy, easy goals? They look nervous. We have not been solid in the last few weeks. Atalanta letting in 3, right, with that first choice defence. Alisson Becker now back in charge, but completely let down by those in front of us, cut us open, and Eze comes in to slot the goal in, right? But to be fair, Crystal Palace, Eze and Olise, with Mateta causing havoc with his physicality and pace as well. On any given day, they could cause any defence hassle because they're quality. I really like Olise. I really like Eze as well. They are quality players. Will Hughes, formerly linked in Liverpool as well, can cause havoc pulling the strings. And their players stepped up and played pretty well. Their defensive pairing, Anderson, very, very solid. I mean, Mitchell played a cracking game as well. Walton played a great game. It's just a horrendous feeling that in key opportunities, when a ball drops to Nunes, when a ball drops to Salah, when a ball flies in the air to Lucho Diaz, when Curtis Jones is the one running 1v1 through, you don't have that confidence as a Liverpool fan to know that they'll slot it away. You're kind of hoping they'll slot it away, right? It's not like a McAllister long shot or Diogo Jota, which still pains me that he scuffed that opportunity. Somehow you don't have confidence in this Liverpool team at this time to absolutely be clinical or take that 1-for-1 chance. We will always create chances. As Jurgen Klopp's ethos, again pressing, counter-pressing will create those opportunities, but we just don't seem to finish it. How many times have we had those opportunities where it's 4v1, 4v2, 5v3? I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm looking at Manchester City, I'm looking at Man United, right? And we've scuffed those chances. Really, this season, there's been a bad omen on those clear-cut chances because they will have come back to cost us. And it's not the fact that they cost us in those particular matches, because every single match has a bearing on the next match. When you miss one chance, you want to rectify it, you try too hard, you might be over-eager, you might be anxious, you might not trust your teammate to make the same pass. It affects you mentally and decisions you make, which is why it's down to the mentality and the psychology on the training pitch and in the next match to rectify. You've got to claw your way out of that ditch and out of that hole, and our players all seem stuck in the mud at the bottom of the well at the moment. They don't seem to be able to graft. We don't have that one person who seems super pissed off and drags everyone kicking and screaming back into the match and make things happen and really can dig that result out for us. Conversely, I did say very publicly, I said Unai Emery, right? Mr. Good Evening, put your trust in Good Evening because he can do Arsenal with. And that proved correct, because Arsenal also had that mental block. They had some clear chances cleared off as well. They were guilty of overplaying. And this is now the biggest test of character, because Man City are now ahead of us, ahead of Arsenal, ahead of Liverpool, and they know how to win, and they're massive favourites now, and the squad is overbearingly powerful, and they're playing good football as well, and they got players in form as well. It's going to be a very scary prospect and very, very unrealistic to catch them, but not impossible, right? They could drop points. They could suffer an injury. They could drop points. It could be the Champions League that wears them out mentally if they have a really, really tough close encounter, maybe even against Arsenal in the next match, and get knocked out or progress through, sustain injuries or red cards or whatever. Now the title challenge is completely out of our hands, and the Atalanta match, we're going to need a comeback. Now we've had harder comebacks before, against Barcelona, against Milan, right? Against AC Milan in Champions League final, against Borussia Dortmund. These were all harder comebacks in my eyes in and during the match than this Atalanta team, because we have time to prepare for it before this Thursday. But Klopp needs to get it right. This is almost his final chance to show that he can turn it around, because if we do turn it around against Atalanta, we can ride that momentum, that form, that confidence, that energy to have a successful remaining few games. However, if we can't do it and we get knocked out and it's a limp performance, my God, that will absolutely kill the last threads of optimism, not just in the fan base but in the players as well. They'd really, really have to find deep within them to pick themselves up from that. But I still trust the team against this Atalanta performance. Either way, it will be a fun match, because Liverpool have to score, have to score 3 or out. So Jurgen Klopp has the matching kind, Pep Linders has the matching kind of training to say, get an early goal, we need to score 3. No matter what, we need to score 3. Okay, risk conceding 1, but we have to score 3, whatever, at least. So excited for that game at least. So what do you do to pick yourself out of this slump when the players are hopelessly out of form, when confidence is low, when results are going against you? You go to the players with the most desire, the most experience, those who grit their teeth and really, really go for it. Alisson Becker, we need him. We absolutely need him. That point blank stop, absolutely immense, amazing. Kelleher's done a great job, done nothing wrong whatsoever, filled in admirably, but Alisson's our number 1. Andy Robertson is our leader, our Scottish Braveheart. We have no option on the right hand side. Trent has to play. We have to be creating stuff, okay? Now you see that it's not always Trent being targeted, he's weak defensively. It's a systematic thing that's being let down time and time again with this setup that's causing our defense to be frail and players out of position. But you play him because he has that added quality. He's got the rustiness, but he needs to shake up that rustiness because he should be fresher than other players considering he's been out as well. And we're going to need his early season form and him to build up those metrics and those assists. He needs to catch up to Robbo anyway, right, on assist charts. Van Dijk's got to be in there, first name on the team sheet. He's our captain. He's not being his imperious self. Sometimes he's up, sometimes he's down, but he's still trying to go every corner. You can see that he's really putting it on himself to try and make things happen. He's trying to lead us as a captain. He's doing his best. Van Dijk has to be there. He's our best defender still. Konate's been shaky, a bit awkward between Konate and Gomez and Quansah. Quansah's got that youthful exuberance, that confidence. He doesn't let this mistake bring him down, but Konate is still our colossal titan next to Van Dijk. It's tough between Konate and Quansah, but you'd probably say that Quansah looks more confident, but Konate is probably higher caliber at this second. So you probably got to back Konate and Van Dijk for that added quality there. Now midfield, okay, Szoboszlai absolutely wants it. He really is desperate. He's trying his best. Huge energy. Szoboszlai's got to be there. McAllister's been our best midfielder. Vision, genius, creativity. Really leggy, really tired. We've run him into the ground. He's tried his best at 6. He's tried his best at 8. Plays almost every minute of every game, and to facilitate that you need a destroyer. Now Bajcetic will never come in at this stage of the season because he's only just coming back in under-21s. He'll never be thrown in. Forget playing Bajcetic from the start, okay? Which means the only viable option is Wataru Endo, who's been fantastic overall this season, but he's shattered. He looks absolutely shattered. So reduce his role, protect him, be tighter, and take advantage of what he's great at. Shattering our number 8s, retaining and turning over the ball and giving it to a player, right? Don't make him drive through the midfield and play from the back. Get the ball, give it to McAllister. Get the ball, give it to Szoboszlai. Get the ball, play it to Trent. Okay, that is what we need to do. We need Endo, McAllister and Szoboszlai to really pick us up and give us foundation to play again. Now this front line is very awkward, and now I've mentioned my issues with what Mo Salah is currently showing. I think Harvey Elliott has to play. We need his youthful exuberance, his tireless energy, his guts, his absolute guts to take the ball and take responsibility, try to go around the outside, try to make things happen, try to slip a player in, try to shoot as well. Salah's just been completely off form, and our play is breaking down on that right wing when we get it out to him, and he's not really influencing the game because so many times the ball can't even get to him. But when Elliott's on the pitch, somehow he always gets on the ball. He makes it his point of purpose to get on the ball. Similarly, up front on the left wing, no matter how talented Lucho Diaz is at dribbling, and he can do a highlight reel and wiggle his way out of trouble, he's not making that final goal contribution. And from what Gakpo showed last game, my goodness, that looked outstanding in terms of actually getting the ball and trying to make a goal scoring contribution and not just looking great for the highlight reel. Up front, therefore, Núñez is a little bit off form. His flaws have been very obvious from everyone from the very start, but his strengths have negated that, and his existence on the pitch gives us high goal scoring expectancy. Now, high goal scoring expectancy is to be expected of a Jurgen Klopp team. If we put them away, all is grand, but we're not putting away. So when we have only the 1 or 2 chances, maybe a lower goal expectancy, but when the chance comes, we need Diogo Jota fresh up there. So it's Gakpo, Jota, Harvey Elliott, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Endo, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, and Alisson Becker. These are the ones with experience, with youthful exuberance, guts, fearlessness, and I think really grit between the teeth, and really will try to get us the points and the wins in the next few crucial games. I feel Curtis Jones plays within himself and he's way too safe for his technical ability. I think Gravenberch is a bit out of form and a very high and low type player. He can't have a consistent 7 or 8 out of 10. It's always very high or very low or giving the ball away. Our players are leggy. Endo gave the ball away so many times. McAllister gave the ball away so many times. We got World Cup winner, Japan's captain, experienced player, our best destroyer. Robertson, we know exactly what he's going to offer. Trent, for all his defensive frailties that people want to highlight, it's a systematic thing. And he's one of our best chance creators with great balls. And at least he's got guts to try to make something happen. Harvey Elliott, for me, is the big difference maker. And that's the big change. And I think Gakpo, on occasion, has to start ahead of Lucho Diaz. Because Lucho Diaz, for all his flair, has missed way too many gilt-edged chances, and so has Núñez, to be honest. And I think both of them need to start from the sidelines, see what they can identify from the sidelines, and if needed, come on and bring their impact and influence, because I think Gakpo, Jota and Elliott deserve their chance, because, hey, it's got to be better than what we've seen in the last few weeks. So, as I said, I'm not intending to have a go. I analysed the performance. That is my perception of what we need to change, what actually happened on the pitch. Klopp needs to show no favouritism and show that the result is everything that matters. He is the father figure, he is the motivator, he's the tactical genius here. He's got to prove it in the next few weeks to show that we still have a chance in Europa League on Thursday, and we still should be there or thereabouts if Man City slip up. The season could very well slide and slump away, but he has that. That's something special, that Kaiser quality to get us back on our level footing. And it's the hope that kills you, but it ain't over until it's over. So until next time, smash a like on this video. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what frustrated you, what angered you in those performances, but also what you would do to change the situation, because these are the players we got. This is our club, this is our stadium, our fixtures are there, our players, we know what they're like at their best. Right now they're not at their best, they're in a slump, but we've got to get them out of the slump. Cheer them on. Fantastic crowd at Anfield once again. I really enjoyed the singing and trying to get us back on level footing, but unfortunately we fell a bit short. Until next time, Miyazaki Man Ichiban,